Homeless funding will be voted on Tuesday, this upcoming Tuesday, by the County Commission. And the funding, which will keep homeless in Pahrump and possibly pay to move them here to Pahrump. I'll explain that. On the agenda Tuesday. Give about $100,000 of your money to nonprofits. And just to show you something you might not otherwise believe, I'm going to, this here, I'll put this up. This exact same thing was brought before this exact same commission in October and did not pass. Exact same proposal, same numbers, same everything. Exact same contract, exact same materials. But look at what changed here on the front page. I want to just point out. It used to say chronically homeless, and now it says literally homeless, which it doesn't mean the same thing. Someone took the time to change that word in there for some reason. And before you think that that means they're no longer helping chronically homeless, here's part of the materials. There's a place where the proposal explains what it does, and the box is checked where it says that it will serve all categories. And one of those populations is chronically homeless. And it talks about chronically homeless in the proposal. And it's this kind of game playing that leads to distrust of government. And I'm going to tell the bad guys something about me and how I got elected. It's because of things like this. If you people in government didn't try to trick people by doing things like this, I would have never won this commission seat. And the people of Nye County are going to get real representation, and that means that I will point these things out. We will oppose things like this. We're not going to pretend to fix problems by changing a word, and then it blows up in our face. That's not why I'm here. That's not why I won. That's not what I'm going to do. So let's get into it. Before I let you know what this is going to do, let's look at the story here I found out of San Francisco, May 2024. Very interesting, very similar. Nonprofit being given money to care for the homeless. This happened in San Francisco.
San Francisco City Attorney David Chu is accusing Providence Foundation of misusing more than $100,000, money that was meant to benefit people experiencing homelessness. He said these findings are just the beginning of their push for accountability. Fake invoices collecting more than $100,000 led San Francisco City Attorney David Chu to take action against Providence Foundation.
Our office is going to be seeking the debarment and suspension of a nonprofit called Providence Foundation.
The invoices were submitted in 2022 for painting of the exterior of the Oasis Hotel and the removal of locks at the hotel. The city's attorney's office discovered that work was never done.
Now, of course, this is not the same nonprofit in Nye County that I'm aware of. I don't believe it is. But does this kind of thing happen here? We don't know. But it was interesting that same $100,000 figure came up. The same amount we are handing over to a nonprofit here. Okay, number 18 on the calendar, to accept a grant from HUD and their Continuum of Care program to provide homeless care. This Tuesday to be voted on. I did a statement on this when it happened. So I'm going to do it a little bit differently so you don't have to sit through the same things. But here is where the money is going. Two places: rental assistance and supportive services. Remember that, supportive services. And this is the wording of the Continuum of Care program under HUD. So we are paying for homeless people to stay here in Pahrump with rental assistance. And then we're giving supportive services on top of that. And I looked that up. This is from HUD. Explaining supportive services. See there where it says moving costs. Let's see what that means. Here it is. Part 578, Federal Government, under eligible costs. E2, moving cost. Truck rental, moving company. So could someone in Las Vegas get a truck rental and moving company to move their stuff out here to Pahrump, to move homeless people physically out here to Pahrump? Could a bunch of homeless people get in a moving van and be moved from Las Vegas to Pahrump under this funding? That's the question. Can we refuse to do this? Can we refuse to do this because they're not in Pahrump already, but they're from Las Vegas? Interesting question, already answered. District Attorney talking about a different homeless funding months ago came up. Question was, can you restrict funding to only Nye County homeless?
That you would not be able to put a condition on that it serve as only Nye County residents. That would be very much in violation of the laws. And as much as I may disagree.
And that was his answer. This funding, this money could pay to move homeless. And you cannot say just Nye County. You cannot say just Pahrump. Can't do it legally. Now, will it? I don't know. The question you have to answer yourself is, do you trust the person who changed the agenda? One word, from the word chronic homeless to literally homeless. Do you trust that person to not bring homeless people in from Las Vegas when they are permitted to do so under the terms of the contract? As a commissioner of yours, I cannot support a program like this. These people could easily uncheck chronic homeless support from the proposal and focus just on this other stuff, if that's what they're going to say they're doing. They have not done that. They will not do that. And you have to answer yourself a question. I've already answered. I'm voting. I would vote no on this if it came up, and I will vote no on this. Supporting this will transform Pahrump into a big homeless shelter for Las Vegas. And I will oppose any kind of funding for this every single time it comes before the commission. And I hope the current commission doesn't sneak this through in the final days of their session like they're trying to do with everything else. You can get future updates of videos and statements from me. Go to ianbayne.com. That's IANBAYNE.com.